Welcome to the Edge of Greatness podcast.
I want to take a turn here because when we talked earlier, you gave me your email address. And when I met, I got you in the middle of a drink. That's my bad. And you have a Hotmail email address. And I know one other person with a Hotmail email address. And so what that makes me wonder is, what else do you hold on to that people would look back and go like, why do you still use that? Why do you still have that? Are there other things that you have in your toolbox?
I wouldn't call them a toolbox, but I got a lot of things to share here. First of all, helmet sticker coming your way for that one. I do have a Hotmail address, and I'm not afraid to put it on air here. Ferraro22 at Hotmail. I'll tell you a 30-second story about that. When I was in college and I was filling out my resume, I had no clue how to do a resume. And there was a girl in the class, not ugly, who was tutoring me in how to do this. And she goes, "What is your email address?" And I go, "This is my moment." She's like, no, keep it professional. Like this, what's your email address? And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's Ferraro22 at Hotmail." And she's like, "You can't have a Hotmail. This is 1997. She's like, "You can't have a Hotmail address." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "That's what I have." And she's like, no, like you need to like do, I don't know if truthfully, if Gmail, whatever the new hot thing, Yahoo, whatever. I go, "No, I'm going to keep it." She's like, "Also, this is not made up. This is going to sound staged." She goes, "Also, you have to remove that you won the national title here. This isn't a baseball job you're going for. You're trying to be a teacher." I go, no, I'm not removing that." She's like, "But this is a professional thing. You can't have Hotmail." And I'm like, if they don't want me, this is like indignant. They don't want me for my national title in my Hotmail, I'm out. So those are two true stories. But here's the reality. Hotmail is better than Gmail for me. It feels more comfortable. It feels more intuitive. I don't have to learn. I know someone listening right now has gotten lost in the Gmail flood where like, you're not sure if it's a reply or like who sent it. There's like these order of operations you have to memorize. I don't want any part of it. That's my other thing. I do have socks from high school without holes in them. I went to the dry cleaner today and I was like, "I've had that shirt." This is a true story. My son says, "Daddy, no offense, like that shirt still fits you." I'm like, "Well, I've had it for 20 years. He's like, "But it still fits you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was kind of big at the time." Like there is something that you're picking up on, which is like, I'm not going to call myself a hoarder, but I get like a very special kick out of something that lasts. I feel like my mom raised me to, if you buy something good quality, it lasts. And then you don't have to buy it again every year. And I think we all can relate to that moment where you're like, "Yeah, I got this for $6. And you're like, "How many of you bought?" "I bought 4 of them." If you would have bought one for 20, it might have last 5. So I don't know how that paints me, but that's just a true candidness coming at you.
Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.